Where are they? I walk around the Forrester house and I go, is anybody in here?
We all know the bold and the beautiful and the real world aren't regularly in touch, right? But let's take a deep dive into just how some things operate in the soap world in a way they just couldn't in our world. How about marrying several members of the same family? Over the years, Brooke has been married to Eric, Ridge and Thorne Forrester, and she's dated her son-in-law Deacon and brother-in-law Bill.
That we are the most incestuous show that ever, ever on the air.
Children just seem to go missing.
Now, I think I've got this right, but I think Eric has 6 children in all, if we count Ridge, who he, of course, brought up as his own son. So you've got Thorne, Kristen, Felicia, Angela, Rick and Bridget. What's become of all of them? Where are they all? Any idea?
Where are they? I walk around the Forrester house and I go, is anybody in here? Yeah. I have to be careful about the bathrooms because I think, Felicia's going to be in there. Or one of my daughters that I haven't seen for 12 years.
Or else they grow up really, really quickly.
Can you say hi to your grandpa?
Hi. Come here. I missed you.
Sometimes children go up the stairs and they come down 10 years older, and sometimes that has to happen where we have to, it's called SORAS, right? Sudden soap opera rapid aging syndrome. It is actually being diagnosed as SORAS. And so like with the case of Hope and Steffi, Brad decided it was time to tell, Taylor and Brooke's children's story, and so they were aged, and then you had this next generation, which brought on a whole new storyline, not only for Steffi and Hope, but for Brooke and Taylor, too.
My children surrounding me here at Forrester Creations, it's all I've ever dreamed of. Welcome back, Rick. It's good to have you here. My youngest son, my namesake, Eric Forrester Jr. is home. These kids go upstairs to brush their teeth, and then they come down and they have dentures. Or I do.
It's like, wait a minute, that's not fair. So how old does that make us? I mean, we gotta be 150 by now.
I'm expecting Douglas to walk through the door as a 20-year-old with a girlfriend any tick of the clock now. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, that can happen from time to time. It's like characters, they'll go away for a minute and then they somehow age up tremendously in like 6 months.
If someone hits their head, chances are they'll end up with delusions, amnesia, or extreme behaviour changes.
My favorite storyline, though, is the Quinn storyline in the cabin with Liam having amnesia. We call it the Adam and Eve storyline. I've said this a million times in interviews and to my fellow actors, is that I have a soap opera bucket list. I really do. And it's a 2-item list, one of which was amnesia. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've always wanted to have amnesia, and I got to do it. The other one's yet to happen, but I wanted an evil twin. But one day, it'll happen. I'm hoping.
But 9 times out of 10, they'll be right as rain in no time with no signs of long-term damage.
Medical recoveries, you can fall into a vat of acid. Maybe it wasn't a vat of acid, but still it wasn't good stuff to fall into. And you can recover, or you can be in comas and you can come out. And, from a doctor's viewpoint, how do you find some of these storylines?
It's really great that Thomas was able to recover from his hematoma so quickly. That's a great thing. And Steffi, 2 days in rehab, she's good to go. That's great to know. So luckily, with all of the damage that's done to all these different cast members, the recovery seems to be very short.
I mean, this is the most incredible hospital in the world. I like that they're not that busy. So if we share it, I just don't know if they could still take care of us. Can you please just get her something?
If Steffi thinks she needs it,
I do.
we'll get you something to manage your pain.
I would say that's hats off to the medical staff in Los Angeles, especially all the doctors who work in the Stephanie Forrester wing. They are the top doctors, and they really get people fixed up in no time.
Where did this child come from?
Hi, I'm Florence.
Florence?
Dr. Buckingham is holding my baby.
They can be a forgiving bunch You can steal someone's baby and leave them convinced it's dead, but donate a kidney and they'll make you part of the family.
Quinn's character, as we said, has done so many dastardly things, but in the weird and wonderful world of the bold and the beautiful, it seems you can be forgiven like that and be included back into the family and friendships mend. It can be quite a quick process of forgiveness, can't it?
Well, do you really think so with Quinn? I mean, if Brooke screws up, she tends to get forgiven instantly, but Quinn, no. Quinn, I feel like they hold a grudge against Quinn for a really, really, really long time.
And then there's what goes on at the office.
It's a bit odd sometimes, I find, at Forrester, that people are allowed to or find themselves taking their clothes off in their offices, sometimes going the pash, sometimes having a bit of a kiss. You know, all sorts of things go on in the offices that don't happen in my office. Is there actually an HR department at all at Forrester's? What goes on there?
I don't think there is, because I feel like there have been a lot of violations over the years.
You know, H&R is very lenient in both offices. I think a lot of times when you're put in situations where you have that upper echelon, you have the money to be able to get away with whatever it is you want to get away with, I think it hushes people. It makes the environment a little more conducive to sexuality, to sex after dark, so to speak, at the office.
It is definitely not the modern workplace behavior. I think that style of everything is still probably in 1985, 6, 7.
We work so hard that I'm gonna change in the office because I got work to do. And yeah, I'm gonna kiss my girl and then I got work to do. So it's kind of an all-purpose place.
But all joking aside, fans wouldn't have it any other way.
As fanciful as things can be in soap operas and sometimes melodramatic, you turn on the news every night and my God, I don't know if it's life imitating art or art imitating life. There is some crazy, I'll say, stuff that goes on right in the real world. And so I don't know that we're as far-fetched as as people have said.
Oh, hello. What are you people doing here?
I'll let you in on a secret. We love our fans, all right? They are what we do this for. And the secret is, though, we are listening to them. They may not think we're listening to them, but we are listening to them, whether they're writing letters in or emails or, posting on social media. We are listening to them, and we don't always do what they say, but we do really value their opinion because we want them to be entertained. We want this to be a show that they love.
Watch Bold and the Beautiful fast-tracked straight from the US on demand on 10 Play.